since Commvault is also a user-friendly tool where we can able to understand each and everything in a very easier way. So all the setups and configurations will be in a single console where you can able to understand the integration part or the maintenance or implementation part in a very easier way. So during this training structure, no, I do have some methods to have this Commvault to get understand by you. So I will be concentrating on the core fundamentals part, and post which I will be concentrating on the implementation and maintenance part. So what does the core fundamentals usually covers is like the administration. So how we are installing the Commvault server, like a CommServe server, and what configurations we need to follow after installing the CommServe server, the logical structure, physical architecture, how those things will be looked once a CommServe server has been built, and post installing the CommServe server, what would be the process of the post installation steps, and how we are configuring and how we are integrating the storage resources, and how we are connecting that storage resources to our media agent and the client. So basically, Commvault will be having certain structure, okay? So it doesn't mean like once we have installed the Commvault onto the client, it doesn't mean like it will automatically take the backups. So we do have some certain media agents to be get ready, and we too should have the storage resources should get ready. So if these informations are connected each other, then only the client backups will work. So either we can able to store the data in either disk library or tape library or even cloud. So those should have some connected interface between each other. Then only the client data, whatever the data which you want to secure, the backups will get worked each other. Okay. So how those are getting interconnected each other, and how those policies or group wise or whatever the client is going to connect to our CommServe server, how it is going to speak or how it is going to interact between the CommServe server. So the basic configurations we will be covering in the core fundamentals part. So once the core fundamental, so once the CommServe is ready, once the media agent, all are interconnected between each other. Okay. So it doesn't mean like we are going to maintain only a single client data, or it will be like since you are in a organization, you will be maintaining 1,000 plus or 2,000 plus of servers. Even it can be a range up to 10,000 plus of servers too. So it is not like manually you should go and take backup for each and every client. So how we are going to automate those backup process, and how we are, so all 1,000 jobs we can't able to initiate at a single time. So how we are going to split and how we are going to balance those loads. So all we will be covering in the core fundamentals part. So this is going to have the client administrations, storage policy, and even the retention will also be in the picture, and monitoring, how we are going to monitor everything, like starting from the base to the full. Okay, like the CommServe monitoring, or it can be a job monitoring, or it can be our storage resource monitoring, or it can be our media agent device monitoring. So all the index cache monitoring, everything will be covering under the monitoring part. So the data protection, so the client's data, and how if someone end user was looking for some restore, or they want a particular server to be restored on this particular day, how we are going to proceed with it, how we are going to meet the RPO and the RTO. So everything we will be covering in the core fundamentals part. So if you are like, if I cover the core fundamentals part, you will get to know how really the CommServe environment is. So you can be able to handle the L1 level of activities, like if any of the job is not, backups are not getting completed, and if you have any troubleshooting issues, no. So those things you can be able to handle it independently. So if I cover the core fundamentals part. So starting from the configuration to troubleshooting, I will be covering in the core fundamentals part. So implementation and maintenance at level 2. Okay. So level 2 is nothing like how we are going to process the installation, or if we want to upgrade our console, how we are going to do it, and how we are like once you have built a console, how we are making that to look. Okay, how you are designing it. So like assigning virtual media servers in one place, like organizing the things in the console, inside the console environment. So how we are going to do it. And like level 3 will be the firewall architecture, network routes, so network tunnels, report workflows, commands, Q logins command. So everything we will be covering in the implementation and maintenance part. So
Okay.
I will be handling around these topics within 25 to 30 hours of session. Okay. So that purely depends. So it can either be more or it can't be less, but it can be a more depending upon the interaction we have. Okay.
Okay.
So, and one more thing, I don't have any lab view setup since you already have the console access. So whatever I was telling you verbally or whatever the screenshots I was showing you, so it can be good as soon as our session ends. It can be good if you are viewing it in your console. So as soon as if you
Ma'am,
have any doubts in the session,
actually,
then it is
sorry
yes.
to interrupt you, ma'am, but I won't be able to, see all these things in my console. I mean, you're saying of my organization, right?
Yes, you don't need to share anything, but whatever I was telling you in the verbally or any pictorial representation, you can
Huh?
able to view in one console.
Yeah. But ma'am, regarding this hands-on lab, ma'am, how am I be able to do that? Because I do not have those policies in my domain to, directly go onto my, what we can say, on
You
my
don't need to
backup.
change you don't need to change or edit anything onto your console. Okay, you just can have a look on what are the topics I'm covering and how it was configured in
Okay,
your
okay.
environment
Just
in
for
the same
reference
way.
purpose. Yeah,
Yes,
just for reference purpose, now.
yes.
And ma'am, regarding this hands-on lab, I should have something, some virtual machine or something like that, so that I can practice. Because I won't be able to practice it in on my those things on my console, my company console, my company portal.
Do you have the good laptop setup, like a personal laptop setup with
Yeah, yeah,
16
yeah.
GB of
I,
RAM?
yeah, I have personal laptop. I have a gaming laptop with me, and you can just tell me like
Yes,
what all
we can.
things you want
So
to.
we have the 30 days of license for the Commvault. Okay, so we can go ahead and we can try that trial period, but not now. Maybe like after I have completed 15 sessions or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Then,
definitely.
then we can try that.
Yeah, because my company portal, I do not have all those what we can say.
Actually, you
Uh,
don't need to do anything on the console. Okay, so like
yeah,
whatever
yeah.
I was teaching you, the same you can able to check it, like view it in your console. Like if I'm
Okay,
saying file system agent installation, you can just go and check those icons how the file system agents are getting configured. Or if you have
okay.
login access on the server, you can check what other services are running on the commerce services are running on the client. So those
Yeah,
things you
yeah,
can check it. So I'm not
yeah,
going to edit or I am not going to make any changes on the console. So you,
yeah,
for the
yeah,
better understanding, I am telling you to view the console.
yeah, yeah. That's fine, man.
Okay, so what is Commvault? So from your perspective, what is Commvault?
Commvault is a backup tool whereby we take the necessary backup. We have these retention policies through which, if there is any disaster happening, so we can recover all that data in a very effective manner. We would say, to
Good.
be, if I want to put those things into, if I want to make those things simple.
Okay, sure. So that is
Yeah,
correct. So
yeah,
this particular software is going to have the efficient backup and restore of the data, and it is
yeah.
going to have like whatever the operating systems we have or the database or applications. It is going to support for the all the backups and restore of the data. So here it is going to have some Commvault agent as an interface so that we can able to transfer the data from client to our storage resources.
Yeah.
So what Comcell environment we used to say our Comcell server. So where we are having some logical grouping of all these software components where we can able to protect the data, move the data or store or manage all the information, all the data related information in single place.
Hmm.
So this COM environment will be having one COM host, and we can have multiple media agents, and we can have multiple clients and multiple libraries.
Okay.
So here, this Commvault, the main feature of this Commvault is going to have the data duplications, replications, and snapshot services. So main thing, the Commvault is going to have the encryption and deduplication in place, so that this particular client data, whatever the data which we are sending to the storage resources, will be making sure we are sending only the unique data to it, so that the deduplication will be in place for that, so that it is not going to occupy the storage utilization also.
Okay.
So these are some of the key features in the Commvault. So it is going to have the automated backup and recovery, and it is going to have the deduplication and compression in place. And this particular feature is going to support all related cloud integration. Either it can be a AWS, or it can be a Azure, or it can be a GCP. So as you said earlier, disaster recovery planning also we have it, and it is very good in the ransomware protection. So we are storing the data in an encryption and compression manner. So the ransomware protection will be huge compared to the other backup tools.
Okay.
Okay, so disaster recovery planning. Okay, so in disaster, so now the Commvault have introduced one feature. Okay, so which is named as the recovery assistant. So where we will be like before, what we used to do, like whenever this particular server, like consider our server went down, okay, we will be having certain databases stored in the backups. So we will be using that particular backups to recover our server earlier. But now we are having some feature named as recovery assistant, where we can able to we can this recovery assistant tool is kind of a cluster configuration, where this particular recovery assistance will be in the standby mode. So whenever the production server went down, right, so these particular databases, applications, everything will get transferred in this standby node. So this particular standby node will be up and running, and this standby node will be used as a production server. So it is not going to interrupt any backup jobs which were running currently. So this is one of the key features in the Commvault, because earlier we don't have this setup. So now the Commvault have introduced it. So we don't lose any data, client's data loss, or we don't lose any backups or which restore jobs which are currently running. That one I will show you when we are installing the servers, right? So by the time detailed description will be provided. So, okay. So before we are starting with the day one session, no? So just want you to understand how the Commvault environment works. Okay. So if you want to set up the Commvault environment, you have to make sure you are having the correct ComServe server. So ComServe server will be having certain permissions or limitations or the requirements, I can say. So we have to make sure like we are meeting all the requirements, so that we can able to install that particular server, and we can make that particular server to act as a ComServe server. So that would be the first step. And the second one, if you have set up the ComServe environment, then so why you are setting up the ComServe environment? Just to back up the client's data. So in order to back up the client data, you have to make sure like you are having the proper media agent in place. And with the help of the media agent only, you are going to store those data to the libraries, whatever the libraries it can be, like the storage target, I can say. Either it can be a disk, or it can be a tape, or it can be a cloud. So client here in the Commvault, we can't able to directly copy the data, client's data to the storage resources. So here we will be using some intermediate for a kind of a load balancer, I can say. So a media agent will be going to act as a load balancing, so that we are making sure like we are copying the data securely to the storage resources. So media agent will be handling all the things like starting from the deduplication, encryptions, and making the ransomware threats safely. So everything it will be taking care from the media agent side, so that our data will be stored in the target very securely, and even that media agent will be making sure we are sending only the unique data to the storage resources. So it doesn't mean like whenever we are install the media agent, okay, now we are safe. So we don't need to we don't need to think. So once the media agent installed, we don't need to be in a mind like everything is active. Okay. So we have to make sure we are enabling the media like deduplication, compressions, encryption. So we are the one who is going to tell that media agent to do all these jobs. Okay. It doesn't mean like as soon as the media agent is in place, okay, deduplication also enabled, encryption enabled, compressions enabled, secondary copy storage, everything is enabled once we have installed the media agent. It is not like that. Don't assume like that. So we are making the media agent to act in such a way, like whatever the requirements we have from our end, we are making the media agent to act in the same way. Okay. So once these setup is once these setups are being ready from our end, we are good to take the client backups. Either we can go with an agent based client backups, or we can go with an data like a VMware based snapshot based backups. So, or we can go with any applications or databases, exchanges, mailboxes, whatever the requirements. As per our requirements, we can able to install the client on the console.
Ma'am, can you just repeat it once again?
No problem. Okay.
Yeah.
So
See, like we'll go from the basic,
yes,
So ComServe. So according to the definition, it is clearly mentioned that coordinates all activity in ComCell environment. So what
correct.
exactly is ComServe means? Like, is it
Yes, that's what I was telling from the beginning.
yeah?
So here we will be having one certain server. Okay. So
Okay,
we are the one who is going to define that particular server to act as our ComServe server.
okay,
So for that, we can't able to say all the servers to act as a ComServe server. So
okay,
the ComServe server will also have certain conditions or requirements or the limitations. Okay. So
okay,
if those are requirements met only, we can able to make that particular server to act as a ComServe server. Or
mm,
we can need to follow few steps before installing the ComServe server on that particular server. Okay. So
okay.
those installation steps, requirement steps, I will show you in the upcoming slides. Okay.
Sure, sure.
So now you have understood. So we have to make sure like those requirements are met, and we are good to install the ComServe server on that particular server. Okay. So
Okay.
once we have installed, that particular server is going to act as a ComServe server for us.
So
So
means
now,
in simple words, ComServe is going to act as a bridge between client and media agent, right?
no. ComServe server is actually a heart of our ComServe environment. Okay. If the
Okay.
ComServe server is down, we can't able to communicate with the media agent or with the clients or with any of the storage resources. So ComServe
So
is one of the heart of our ComServe environment.
okay,
So under that particular ComServe only, we are connecting the media agents, storage resources, and clients.
okay,
So here we are going to, so finally, what is our motive? We are going to take the backup of the clients, correct? So
yeah.
in order to take the backup of the clients, we are making sure like we are having the storage resources in place. Either it can be a disk library, or it can be a tape library, or it can be a cloud library, or it can be a hyperfile. So
What? Okay.
Commvault will be supporting disk, tape, cloud, and Hyperflex. So Hyperflex is also a cloud-based platform.
So what is the difference between this cloud-based platform and this hyper server you
Good.
said?
So cloud-based platforms, you know what are the
Mm.
cloud-based integrations we have. Either it can be a AWS, or it can be a Azure, or it can be a
Google,
Azure.
IBM.
GCS, no. So here the cloud environment is going to support Google, Azure, and AWS.
Okay, no
Three,
IBM
only
in
three.
those. Yeah. Yeah.
And so the Hyperflex is nothing like, so the Commvault vendor, Commvault, we have no the Commvault team. So the Commvault vendor
Mm.
is introduced the Hyperflex environment. So here, so if we are using the cloud integration of Azure or AWS or GCP, so we
Mhm.
are going to connect with those vendors for any issues. Is that right? So we are going to depend upon the third party vendor. So we are working in the Commvault, but we are going to depend on the third party vendor if we have any cloud related issues. Same applies for the disk related issues or the tape related issues. So we will be having certain vendors for that. So Commvault is not going to manage those vendors. Is that right?
Didn't got the point. Can you just repeat it once again? Like what? Which vendors you saying?
Third party vendors make Microsoft Azure. Okay, so Azure is maintaining by the Microsoft team. So
Yeah.
if we are having any issues with the Azure cloud platform, we are going to rely on the Microsoft vendors. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If we are
Definitely.
having AWS, then we are going to rely on the Amazon vendors. Is that right?
Amazon. Yeah,
So
ma'am.
Commvault is not going to manage those cloud-based platforms.
Okay.
So we, right, Commvault is also having the vendors in place. So Commvault team, right, Commvault is one of the company where they have built this backup tool.
Yeah.
Ah, so if we have any issues with the Commvault environment, like your backups are not working and you have did all the troubleshooting steps, but still the backups are not in progress, and
Mm.
you have did the networking part, firewall, but everything you have did, but still the
Mm.
backups are not working, or any library, or you are having issues in the server itself, then you are
Mm.
going to reach out the Commvault vendor peoples, correct?
Yeah.
If you have any issues, you are going to reach out the Commvault vendor peoples.
So means
So
according to the issue, we are going to gauge that which team, which vendor we have to connect. If the like according to our troubleshooting steps, if the issue is with the ComServe of from the Commvault, then
uh,
we are going to reach to the Commvault team. And
correct.
if it is to the if it is related to the cloud based, what we can say,
Storage related issues.
storage related issues, then we are going to uh, uh,
Rely on the particular team's third party vendor, or
yeah,
whoever it can be.
like whoever
So,
we have been with,
so
like
to make,
AWS, Azure.
yes,
Yeah.
to make our work simple, okay. So
Uh,
what Commvault have did is like, I will provide you the cloud, I will provide you the storage.
okay.
Okay, I will handle the storage, the cloud store. So Commvault have introduced the Hyperflex storage, where that Hyperflex is purely on the cloud-based platform.
Okay. So, but
So
it is like given to us by Commvault
Commvault,
itself.
yes,
So
Commvault.
it means they have given us the what we can say an option that whether we want to go with these third party
Hyperflex,
applications, or
hmm,
we have our own individual
correct.
indigenous cloud like storage
Cloud storage.
cloud storage where
Yes.
Commvault is giving us this thing.
Option.
Yeah,
Yes.
option. Okay. So means
So
both the
if you
ways
want to,
Commvault is means both the ways Commvault is like able
working.
to
Hmm.
work. Yeah.
So
Mm.
to make our, that's what I'm saying. No, so Commvault is very user friendly. So if you, okay, why you are going to depend on the other vendors? Use I will build a one tool and use my cloud storage for your data. So that compared to the other tools, if the Commvault itself is providing you how the data will be, so our data will be more secure, more reliability. So we won't be having any issues with our storage, correct?
Yeah.
So those particular Hyperflex storage has been in the picture since 2 years, 2 to 3 years. Okay. So they have
Okay.
recently found it, like they have recently built that Hyperflex storage. I
Okay.
couldn't say like all the projects are using the Hyperflex environment, because maybe in future they would be migrating it, but still
Yeah.
like whomever is like developing the conserve environment no newly, or starting from the scratch, they are using the Hyperflex storage.
Okay, but already like the companies or the organizations
Yeah,
who already have the storage with let's say Azure or let's say with Azure or
Mhm.
AWS, then they might not be taking this Hyperflex
Yes,
storage
they are in a
because they
contract.
already have, no? They already
Yes,
have.
yes, and also there will be some set of contract periods and
Yeah,
those.
yeah.
Um, so
Money,
maybe
money is also
money.
going to be involved. Yeah,
That's what.
yeah, yeah. Got the point.
Yeah. So.
Sure.
mm, Okay, so the storage resources, now you have understood it. So the storage resources will be purely connected to our media agent layers only. So if you want to take backup of the any client
Mhm.
will be communicating with the media agent to make sure the resources are available. So like we can't able to directly pass the data to the storage. So client like a media agent should make sure enough resources are available, enough storage space is available for the client
Means
data to get
all the
complete.
checks, all the necessary checks are to be
Mm,
will be done through media agent.
media
That is
agent.
what you are saying.
Yes.
Means like what all prerequisite things are needed, it is
Mm,
the job of media agent to look at it. Means like
correct.
media agent is going to intervene, like whether you
Intermediate.
have the,
Yes.
yeah, whether what all things you have, what all things are necessary, what all
Yes.
things you don't have. So that is the job of media
Yes.
agent.
And even the media agent will also check whether the client is sending the deduplication data. So if the data was already been present in the storage and
Hmm.
but still the client is sending the same data, no, it will
Hmm.
get eliminated.
Automatically.
Yes, those data won't be getting passed to the storage.
Okay, means unnecessary storage is not going to be utilized
Yes,
with same data, duplicate
correct.
data.
Yes,
So that is the reason media agent,
correct,
eliminates that data.
correct.
Okay, got the point.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, in order to now you have understood how the client is like a client's data is getting passed to the storage.
And
So, it
and one more thing, ma'am.
hmm,
Client can be anything, right? Client can be a
yeah,
server.
anything,
Client can be any other device. We would say from
anything.
where we are getting the data. It can be anything, right? Client.
Anything. It can be a snapshot if you are going to take a snapshot based backups without a client agent, without a Commvault agent installed, that also be going to pass through the media agent only. If you are going to take the database backup, yes, it is going to pass through the media. Whatever the data which you are going to store in the library, all
Uh,
data will be passing through the media agent
Media
only.
agent. Okay.
So it doesn't mean like client should make sure like media agent is active. Okay. It should check the comms or connectivity as well. Okay. The client should get communicate with the console without any issues. And the console should connect to the client without any issues. And the same applies for the media agent. Client should connect to the media agent without any issues. And media agent should connect to the client without any issues. So if all these parameters are met, then
Hmm.
only we can able to make that particular backup successful.
Okay. So means media in this picture, media agent is going to act as a bridge between client
Mm,
and ComServe, right?
correct.
Okay, got the point.
So this is the interconnection between the console client and the media agent.
Okay. ComServe and client, media agent is
Console
going
client,
to.
media agent, all three should be interconnected each other. See, media agent clients are connected, but media agent is not connecting with the console. Then how the client data will get passed? ComServe is the heart of the server. Okay, whatever the activity is coming in the console, all those activity will be monitored from the ComServe databases. ComServe database will have all the activities which are happening in the ComServe server. Okay, either your storage is low, your data is like the device is in offline, some media agent library is down, or media agent itself is in offline state. Client is not communicating between the media agent or the client is in offline. All those details will be monitored in the console. That is the
Ma'am,
heart.
then,
We
ma'am,
can't
then
escape from them.
means ComServe, we cannot escape ComServe, right? I
We
got the
can't.
point.
Mm.
And in ComServe only we have this, what we can
Yes,
say, means
these
this
are
storage
subsets.
is also in the ComServe only.
Yes, these are like kind of subsets. We can say subsets.
Okay.
ComServe will be the heart. Under the heart, we will be having our systems, right? The same way, the clients and the media agents.
Okay, got the point.
So you have seen that console, right? Commvault console, how that actually looks.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that console is coming from this Commserve only, Commserve server only. If the
Okay.
Commserve server is down, you can't able to see that GUI console. And from that GUI console only, you are trying to access these clients, media agents, storage resources, everything. So if the GUI console itself is not accessible, then how you will monitor the backups, or how will be monitoring the health status of the media agent or this libraries, everything. Got it?
Yeah.
And if the media agent is not communicating with the Commserve, then how our whatever we are performing the job, no, how that job will get succeeded.
But ma'am, that is the job of media agent, not to see that whether whatever data I am receiving from client is going to go to Commserve. Means client is going to give some data, media agent is going to get
Okay.
all the checks, and it is
Okay.
going to share that to Commserve, right?
Correct. Okay, fine. I will come to your point.
Uh,
So
uh.
how you are
It's pretty
defining?
confusing. Yeah.
No, wait.
Yeah.
How you are defining this particular server is going to act as a media agent?
Means like,
So we will be installing certain plugins, Commvault plugins or Commvault agents, okay? To act
okay.
that particular server as a media agent, we will be
o-
installing certain plugins. And
Okay.
we will be telling that particular server to communicate with this Commserve server. Then
Okay.
only we can able to see this particular media agent server under this Commserve server.
Okay.
So we will be registering, we will be registering this server into the Commserve server. See,
Means this media agent is going to get what we can say. It is going to get registered in Commserve, and
correct.
Okay, now got the point.
So we will be having some
Means,
certain.
but in a way we can say that this media agent is also been like it is also handled through Commserve only. It is only what we can say a gap, like a bridge gap we would say in between.
Yeah,
But it is
intermediate.
also like it is also ruled by Commserve only. Means
Yes,
Commserve is
all
keeping.
activities.
Yeah. Got the point now. Now I understood.
Good.
Means Commserve is the heart, and even media agent and client, all things are actually handled by Commserve only.
Yes,
But only media agent is there to help Commserve in
correct.
some ways. Okay, got the point now. Am I
So
right,
now,
ma'am?
yes, that is
Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
So
That's
now
fine.
you have understood how this is interconnecting each other, correct?
Okay.
So this is a kind of a backup process.
Okay.
So this is what I have shown here. So once we have scheduled the client for the backup, the
Hmm.
particular data will get moved through the media agent to the storage. So the
Okay.
data is getting stored in the storage resources. So
Hmm.
whenever we are receiving the requirements, no, from the end user team for any restore, or any client went down and we want to restore the entire server, no, so
Hmm.
we will be relying on this storage resources to restore any data from for the particular client.
Okay.
So those process, like how we will be restoring it or how we are scheduling the backups, everything we will discuss in detail. Okay.
And ma'am, what actually is the retention policy, or it depends upon
That also I will
organization
show.
to
It
organization?
depends upon the organization to organization only. But
Okay.
I will show you where the retention settings are getting applied, and how they are using the extended retention rules. Everything I will that those things I will show you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So now I was told you like uh, we are maintaining. So I told you know from for the particular com, so we will be having certain requirements to meet so that we can able to act. We can make that particular server to act as a server. So those hardware requirements, CPU, memories, everything will comes under the physical architecture.
Means comms of server, media agent, indexing, and library. And secondly, I also want to ask you, ma'am, this ComServe, this particular server you're talking about,
Mhm.
it can't be on-premise server, or it has to be a physical server
It
every
should
time.
be a physical server. It should be a physical server. So most of the I have seen from my experience, most of the VMs are over we can't able maybe sometimes. So if you want to add more storage or more RAMs, no,
Uh,
that can be applicable in the VMs. But whereas if we are going with physical architecture, that will be a more secured than compared to the virtual environments, because
why? What is the reason?
no one is going to touch your physical architecture until or unless we are asking them to do. But whereas in the VMs we are not sure who is going to play in our environments.
Ma'am, but there has to be some security protocols, right?
No, we
Like
don't have
anyone.
that. So in the vCenter we are not only particularly maintaining this ComServe server. We do have other things to maintain, no? So whatever the environments I see, they are having the same ComServe server in the vCenter, and they are having a number of client VMs associated on the same vCenter. So whatever the patches they are applying or whatever the tools they are upgrading, everything is getting affected on the vCenter, the ComServe VMs also.
Okay.
So because we are see, whoever is working in that particular project, they know like this particular server is a ComServe server and they should not touch those things. But many people they doesn't know about it. They are not aware of it. And once we are keeps on instructing those people also, sometimes human errors is coming. No, so it's always recommended to have the physical box.
Okay.
And we doesn't know when the VMs will get deleted also, might be, because I have seen in my experience I have seen in one of the project where they have not deleted, so they
Mhm.
did some DR practice something on our ComServe server. So they have considered like our ComServe server is not in use, and they have used our ComServe server as a test server, and they have did the DR practice. So all the communications has been lost for their environment, and we didn't had the backup in place for almost 2 days. So that was a huge impact.
Okay.
So it depends upon the project only part. So as soon as they are having a more secured VMs or something like that, so they are using some lock keys, everything, no. So maybe they are not going to touch that particular VMs. It's all about this project decision.
Okay.
But
But generally
from
but
my point
generally
of
we
view,
don't allow anyone to, access those VMs.
right.
Every team, every, what we can say, every team has their own VMs, and they have their own cluster as well, in
Correct.
which like anyone cannot intrude. So that's how I've seen, if you keep security in the perspective.
Now, not all the teams are, but the main major is a Intel team, no, who is having more resources,
Hmm.
and sometimes these things will get happened. So wherever I told you, know the DR, they have used our particular ComSys DR, where
Uh,
the Intel team is around 90 plus members.
okay.
So we can't judge who have like we can able to see who have did it, but
Huh.
after loss, what we can do? We can't do anything. We are in the process of recovering the particular server, no?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
can't do anything.
Okay. Fine.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
media agent indexing. Can you throw some light on indexing as well?
Yeah, I will
Yeah, yeah,
just started, no?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so here we are having so physical architecture, you know. So we are going to speak about the hardwares, memory, CPUs. So those
Okay,
comes under the physical architecture. So
okay,
what we are considering about the ComServe server, it is going to have those things in a place. So ComServe server is a more secure one. Okay, so it will be making sure all the requirements are getting met. Then only we can able to install the ComServe server, and it is also recommended for us whatever the things it is asking you in the document, we need to follow all those things without excluding any points. Then only we are 100% sure, like we have did everything and we are in the place of installing the Commvault server. Okay. So that is one of the means. I will show you what are the prerequisites or limitations we have. Same applies for the media agent and the client regards to the hardware part. Okay.
Okay.
So Commvault server can be a single Commvault server, and it can be multiple media agents, and it can also have the multiple clients in it.
But ComServe is going to be single only, one.
Single Commvault server. Yes.
Okay. Media agents can be different, but
Yeah.
and clients can also be various, multiple.
Yes.
But
Multiple.
ComServe has to be one only.
Yes.
Okay, got the
So
point.
one Commvault, what I'm trying to say is like one
Hmm.
standalone Commvault. One production Commvault and one it can be a standalone. So those will be defining inside that particular server itself. We are not going to have separate server. Inside the server itself, we will be having certain cluster configuration. There we are making sure like a disaster recovery meets the requirements. I have telling you in the last session, right? We are having some recovery assistant tool where it is going to be in a standby mode whenever the production node went down. As soon as the production server went down, this particular databases, whatever the operations which being carried in the production server, all will be
Hmm.
getting migrated into the standby node, and this standby node will be start acting as a production server, so that we won't be having any interruptions in the backup jobs.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Commvault server will be the one Commvault server. Okay. So those settings we will be seeing under that particular Commvault server one.
Okay.
Okay. So indexing. So the media agent. So I was telling you before, we are having certain media agent will be having some indexing part. So it will be having certain indexes to check before the client's data is being backed up in the storage location. So
Hmm.
what kind of indexes it is going to show? So it will be having certain whenever we have already allocated this media agent to have these clients. So we will be telling the media agent, having this particular media agent, you can use only 20 clients, and these are your 20 clients. Okay. So what this
Hmm.
media agent will do? So those 20 clients backups will be taking place daily. Is that right?
Sorry, can you just repeat it once
Okay.
again? Yeah.
Consider you are having around 100 plus of clients. So all 100 plus of clients are not going to depend upon a single media agent. Is it right?
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
So we are having the multiple media agents.
Okay.
So here, what we are going to define on this media agent, okay, this media agent, you use only 20 clients. Okay, we are making that particular media agent to use only 20 clients backup. So
Okay.
what this media agent will do, it came to know like these 20 clients has been assigned to me.
Okay.
Then
So
what
that's
it
my
will,
job. That's my
that's
job, and
my
that's all I'll be looking. I
yes.
don't care about any those other clients. Only
Mhm.
these 20 clients are dependent upon me, and
Yes,
I'll be able to, like, I should only focus on these 20 clients. That's all. That's it.
correct,
Yeah.
correct. So
Yeah. Hmm.
let me go with the. You are able to see my screen, right?
Yeah, ma'am.
No, the whiteboard.
Sorry? No, no
Whiteboard.
whiteboard. I'm unable to see the whiteboard.
Mm, okay, fine. What I will do is like I will create one slide here itself. Okay, fine. Mm, So here what I'm going to do is like
Hmm.
this is my media agent.
Okay.
So this is my media agent. Okay. This
Uh,
is my media agent one. Consider
uh,
this is one of my media agent.
okay.
So here I am having around I am having around clients. Okay, so client one, client two, client 3, client 4.
huh,
Okay, let's
huh,
speak about 4 clients. Okay, maybe 5 clients.
huh.
So these all clients are going to speak with our media agent.
Media agent, yeah,
So all these clients are going to speak with our media agent. Is it right?
yeah, yeah,
So all these clients.
huh,
So what it is going to happen here? So these particular clients, so these media agent, okay, consider the first backup is getting happened.
huh,
So now only you have installed the client. So now
huh,
you are having the first backup in place for the storage. So like you already checked the communication level between this storage, everything. So communications are in place for everything. So the communications part being checked between the communication is checked and everything is ready.
huh,
So media agent, like client is able to communicate with the media agent and client is able to communicate with our console. So like,
yeah,
everything is ready. So
yeah,
now the first backup is getting happened. So what
huh,
this media agent will do? So this media agent, so the first backup, it is not going to duplicate or anything. So consider that, so we have already enabled the deduplication,
huh,
encryption, compressions, everything in place.
huh,
And compression all are in place. Okay.
huh.
So first backup, it is not going to have any duplication data. It is not going to have any duplication data to be checked. Is that right?
Why,
Because
ma'am? But
it's a
it
fresh
can be,
backup.
na? It can have, na?
How storage resources are new, right?
Okay. So
I'm
means
speaking
it.
about in the storage level, not on the
Okay.
client level.
Okay, okay. Huh, now I got the point. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's fine.
Mm.
On because storage is empty and it is the
Uh,
first client and it is going to add those like media agent is going to send what we can say data to the
Data to the
storage.
storage.
Yeah, yeah. So means nothing for the
Okay,
time being storage is empty. So
yes.
it so though no duplication and
I
nothing, nothing,
understood why
nothing.
you have told. Yes, I understood because the client's data may have the duplication in place.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that I have understood. That I will come later. Okay, while we are taking about the duplication part, we will
Hmm.
discuss more about the duplication because that is one of the major topic here.
Okay.
So here, this is the this is making you to understand how the indexing is working. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So now the first backup is happened. So the day
Hmm.
one backup is happened here.
Hmm.
Yes. So day one backup is in place. So day one media agent. So day one client backup being passed into the media agent. Through media agent, it been passed to the storage.
Okay.
So all 5 clients been backed up. Okay. So
Hmm.
on the day 2. So now the media agent knows. So
Huh.
what data does that particular client has? Is
Huh.
it correct?
Yeah.
So this media agent is going to have some indexing cache. Cache we can say
Okay. Indexing cache.
cache.
Cache. Yeah.
For our understanding, I have mentioned cache, but
Okay.
from the console it is indexing.
Indexing. Okay. For
So,
our understanding, yeah, you can keep that cache. You can
okay,
keep that. Okay.
okay. So
Because
no,
it.
no,
Yeah.
you should not tell the terms, no. So you have to make sure you are repeating the Commvault terms. That's why.
Okay. Okay. That's fine then. You can
Okay.
remove it, ma'am. That's fine.
So here we are having the indexing part. Okay. So what this indexing will do? So you consider you are having our books, everything, no. So
Yeah.
what that basically index is we will be having. So we will be having the overview of it. What are the things
Yeah.
you are
What all
going to
things
have
we are
the
going.
in the future pages, maybe 200 pages. What are the
Hmm.
200 pages are going to get covered in the indexing part? So in the same way, these media agent indexing will be having these 5 clients.
Okay.
So it has already had the data in place. This indexing is being enabled from the media agent. So
Yeah.
consider this particular day one backup being completed all for all the 5 clients. So now it has created the index for all the 5 clients. So on the
Okay.
day two, what it will be doing? So it will be referring this indexing first
From the previous
before
data.
the
Yeah.
data
Okay.
to the storage.
Okay. So whenever like now on day two, whenever like the day two backup is happening, so at
Mhm.
that point of time, media agent is going to what we
Refer to
can say.
indexing. Mm.
Yeah, media agent is going to take the previous indexes, the previous data, this indexing, and it is going to relate with the current data, which
Correct.
it is like sending to the
Before
storage.
sending the storage, correct.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
these index caches will be saving in the media agent only. So while it was referring the index cache, right, it is not going to depend upon the storage resources and all, okay? Because it already, like, whenever the client is sending the data to the storage, no,
Hmm.
it already recorded those indexes. So it already has those indexes, so that on the day two, it is not going to depend on the storage for checking the data and all. The index is
Okay, okay,
already
okay.
in the place in the media agent itself. It will be
Yeah.
directly checking those indexes, and it will tell the client, you don't need to send this data. I have like it will tell the client, like, what I can say, like, once
Uh,
the index part is completed from the client end, right,
hmm.
the media agent will know what to send to the storage. That's it.
Hmm. Means media agent doesn't have to rely on the storage. It can directly through its
From the
own
index
own
patch.
indexing, he can make out a difference that what data should be sent to the storage and what data should not be sent to the storage.
Correct. Correct.
So means it actually eliminates what we can say,
Data, duplicate data.
duplicate data, and it makes the task pretty
Simple.
yeah, simple.
So this is how the index file works. Okay. So
Yeah.
either it can be a full backup with, like, with the upcoming is day one, leave it because it is a new fresh backup. Media agent doesn't know. From the day two again, after 10 days, you are performing the full backup. Okay. By the
Hmm.
time you like, it also refers the indexing by that time also when you are performing the full backup. Okay. So it doesn't mean like while you are performing the full backup, deduplication will get eliminated. No, deduplication will do this job.
Hmm.
Deduplication will always be in a place for either it can be a job type, can be an incremental, full, or synthetic full, or differential, whatever the job type may be, that deduplication will always be in a place.
Okay.
So that is what the physical architecture says.
Ma'am,
Uh-huh.
hello,
Yes.
Harini ma'am.
Mm.
Actually, it's 12. It's 11:20, and I got to log in.
Okay, no problem. So,
So, is it
now,
fine, ma'am, for today?
yeah, physical architecture I have completed it. Tomorrow we will go with logical architecture. No issues.
Yeah, yeah, ma'am. It was really nice, ma'am, today. I really understood like what
You
all
understood,
you.
no?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
this is like a overview only. When we have started the installation process for the ComServe, no,
yeah.
you will understand more. Okay, you will come
Okay,
to know how that is actually works.
okay, okay. Ma'am, I do have my own laptop with me, so
No,
you are going to help me, right?
no,
In
not now,
installing.
not now. Maybe after 3 weeks only. I had understood how you are good in backup now. So
Uh-huh.
I told yesterday, like, after 15 days of our session, we will do the things. No,
The
now I
practical
will tell
session.
you, at least I need 3 weeks. Okay,
Okay, okay,
at
okay.
least 3 to 4 weeks. Then only I will ask, because that will be a 30 days trial period only. It doesn't mean like we want to go and play in it. Okay, I am making sure like you have understand the concept, and those concepts you are going to implement in that console alone.
Okay,
I will make sure that, and then only I will ask you to install it. Okay. Now, don't
okay.
be in a hurry. Let us complete
No, no, no,
by one.
no, no. Definitely.